and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. People's Songs is happy to welcome you to the fourth evening of the Midnight Special, where we're bringing you the folk songs of both continents. Tonight, it's the music from a small island. It's music that's spread out almost like atomic energy from Buenos Aires to New York City. The music of the Calypsonians. A music that's sung in a sort of a translation from the French into English. That's about the only way you can put it. It's got streaks of African in it, it's got stripes of Spanish, it's got little elements of French, but somehow it all gets sung in English and it covers every subject under the sun. Tonight we're going to go exploring with Macbeth, a lecture on the great explorers of the history of the world, by Macbeth, the story of Columbus, Vasco da Gama, and others.
Ladies and gentlemen, this number, it tells the story of when one person leave one country and exploring the other. So this Calypsonian got together and he said he want to explore too. So in the words, if you listen carefully, you'll hear what he wants to do.
Buy me a Zeppelin, do-do darling, buy me a Zeppelin. Well, a steamboat and then I must be an explorer like Columbus. So baby, buy me a Zeppelin, do-do darling, buy me a Zeppelin. Well, a steamboat and then I must be an explorer like Columbus. I want to be like Sir Francis Drake, Vasco Nunez, Vasco da Gama, and Columbus, who discovered America. So baby, buy me a Zeppelin, do-do darling, buy me a Zeppelin. Well, a steamboat and then I must be an explorer like Columbus. I don't mind if I'm all alone, I'm going to take a chance in the canal zone, then to the desert of Sahara to see my grandparents in Africa. So baby, buy me a Zeppelin, do-do darling, buy me a Zeppelin. Well, a steamboat and then I must be an explorer like Columbus.
Hello, hello. Welcome to the first episode of Graveyard Shift. It's my show about music history in New York. Every month we go to a different graveyard in Queens and we find someone whose music we play or who had a life that inspired music in the city or had a death that inspired music in the city. This week we're talking about Macbeth the Great, aka Patrick MacDonald. And we're going to talk about the Calypso craze, which was from the 1930s to the 50s in New York. So the recording you just heard, the first thing that played was from Calypso at Midnight. It was an Alan Lomax produced concert series called the Midnight Special. That was after midnight at this club, the Town Hall in Times Square, which is still around. And yeah, Calypso at Midnight had 3 different people: Macbeth the Great, Duke of Iron, and Lord Invader. And the entire concert is online. So if you want to take a look at some of the songs that we're playing here, some of the artists, you could go see that. The next song I'm going to play is a super popular track of Macbeth's. It's called Man Smart, Woman Smarter. and it really blew up. Harry Belafonte did it later, and then it got taken up by folk revivalists. So Joan Baez did it, the Carpenters did it, and finally the Muppets also did it. And that version is very fun. All right, I'm going to play it for you now, and also Macbeth is going to introduce it again.
Macbeth for the next song is going to go into a little bit deeper philosophical question. The difference between the brains and the pan of men and women. Is a woman smart or a man smarter? I usually put it backwards, Macbeth.
Who said so? Well, this number, there has been quite a controversy. You know, I mean, I'm not versed in the English so good. I mean, you can see the little French in me. And when I see so many English people, I get, you know, kind of bazoudi, you know. Half of the time I talk Creole and half time English. So, I mean, if a couple of words that you don't know, when you go back home, look in your French book, you may find it. Well, this number, some fellows say that the women is smarter than the men. Well, I don't know, but I'm going to give you a pretty good picture of who is the smartest one.
Let us put men and women together to find out which one is smarter. Some say men, but I say no. Women got the men like lavabo.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
Ever since the world began, woman was always fooling man. And if you listen to Macbeth attentively, I'm going to show you how the women smarter than we.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
Samson was the strongest man long ago. No one could have beaten him, as we all know. And when he clashed with the woman on top the bed, she found out that the strength was in the hair of his head.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
I was treating a girl up at Separee, and listen how she used up she brains on me. I was giving her my money all the time, and she was giving me shots with a friend of mine.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
If you capture a girl with a pretty dance, by taking her home you feel you got the chance. And when you take her home thinking she's alone, you open the door to find her next man home.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
Now listen how the woman will try to do when they know they get everything for you. They mean to tie their head and long their face and wait until you come to cry out headache.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
I was supporting a woman independently, and she promised to make a baby for me. And when the baby born and I went to see, the eyes was blue, it was a Portuguese.
Not me. It's the people that say that the men are leading the women astray, but I say that the women of today smarter than men in every way.
These are the days for which we economize. To listen attentively to BG Baji. Let you alone, let you wonder bar. And let you alone, let you wonder bar. Bill Roger, the fellow who makes no error, will now send and buzz and analyze his body. Let you alone, let you wonder bar. And let you alone, let you wonder bar. Past participle economically Baji. B-A-R-G-W-E is Baji. It is the name of a caterpillar bush. A command noun and a neutral gender, a present tense and a singular number. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. When I sing, I leave men to wonder. Why? Because I don't make a blunder. Here I am as a body composer. Bring an intruder and make them surrender. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. Bill Roger, tell the young lady, tell them how to cook this body. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. When I sing, I leave men to wonder. Why? Because I don't make a blunder. Here I am as a body composer. Bring an intruder and make them surrender. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. I buy a 10 cents of the caterpillar bush. Then I buy a penny of the whipper fry hile. Monday fry hile before I use it. All you got to do is to peg a garlic. That's what the young gal them call the calamaya. After I tell you you needn't inquire. Body is a thing that cook a slow fire. You take a big brick and you put it on the cover. You prevent the body from boiling over. The body bake brown and the oil you down. It will be all set and ready for the human consumption. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. There was a coolie man named Larry Hyde, living with a coolie gal, her name was Cookie. He tell her to cook this rice and bhaji. She disobeys her and cooks Sally curry. She gets she nimak, she gets she fiak, gets she aloo and gets she masala. Then she cooks the dal back with the Sally curry. The Harry of a Robert and to her memory. A little low, little wonderbar. A little low, little wonderbar. When I sing, I leave men to wonder. Why? Because I don't make a blunder. Here I am as a body composer. Bring an intruder and make them surrender. A little low, little wonderbar. 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 A little low, little wonderbar.
Salmana deku mama deku salmana. Diabla de mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Ale kriye mama mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Look the devil behind me salmana deku mama deku salmana. Diabla de mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Ale kriye mon seigneur salmana deku mama deku salmana. I want to make a confession. I used to work necromancy. More Petra and save me. Diabla de amor. Diabla de amor. Diabla de amor. The devil behind me. Work necromancy. Now he coming to get me. Diabla de moi. Allez crier mon Seigneur. Look the devil behind me. I used to work necromancy. Diabla de moi. Mama mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Yes, the devil behind me. Diabla de mwen deku mama deku salmana. The devil behind me. Deku mama deku salmana. Diabla de mwen deku mama deku salmana. Diabla de mwen deku mama deku salmana. Look, the devil behind me. Diabla de mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Oh, look the devil behind me. Diabla de mwen deku mama deku salmana. Allez crier mon Seigneur. Dili mwen vle pwede. Diabla de mwen. Look the devil behind me. Salmana deku mama deku salmana. Diabla de mwen. Ale kriye mama mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Jabla deye mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana. Jabla deye mwen salmana deku mama deku salmana.
Hi. Okay, so that started with a recording from Calypso at Midnight of Macbeth and Alan Lomax talking about his song Man Smart, Woman Smarter. I don't know if you caught in that recording, it's a really cute exchange between them where Lomax was like, I always thought men were smarter. And Macbeth is like, says who? I really liked that. It's just like a rare thing to hear in a 1946 recording, this like questioning of it. And then after that, you heard the song Baji by Oban Baldonado. I don't have any info about that artist, sadly. It was on an album called Caribbean Rhythms, recorded in San Andreas in 1957 for Smithsonian Folkways. That's all I know. And the album had a lot of really nice calypso covers on it, including Stone Cold Dead in the Market, which is a really popular one. But then I really liked this song. I like how soft and sweet it is. And then that final track was Wilmoth Houdini, who was an early calypso artist, so generation before Macbeth. He arrived in New York in 1927 with a few others like King Radio and Lord Executor. And yeah, now I'm going to keep playing one more Macbeth track for you, and then we're going to go into some covers of his stuff. Sorry.
Turn round, girl, and show me your motion. And if you do, my friend, go cause a sensation. If you turn around, girl, you can have the nation. I say turn round, girl, and show me your motion. And if you do, my friend, you can have the nation. Warimbo Nagra Ami Warine Swaiba Hota Omi Warine Swaiba Nare Omi Warimbo Nagra Omi Warine Swaiba Hota. Oh, if you turn wrong, girl, you can have the nation. Turn round, girl, show me your motion. And if you do, my friend, go cause a sensation. Oh, turn round, girl, and show me the motion. And if you do, my friend, you can have the nation. Oh, turn round, girl, show me your motion. And if you do, my friend, go cause a sensation. Oh, Warimbo Nagra. Oh, mi Warine Swaiba Hota. Oh, Warimbo
Here again, Yankee back in Port of Spain, trouble in the land with the hustlers. Trinidad is headquarters. Old and young rouge up their face, putting their bodies in the proper place, and only waiting for some Yankees to join in matrimony and they shouting, hello, Joe, come on with me, let's Papa Billy, hello, Joe, batch of Yankees landed in La Trinity. You didn't need glasses to see. Some of the girls had white babies. Some didn't know their child father. It's some big lieutenant in America. But now they leave them to weep and pine with their fatherless child. Come on and they shouting, hello, Joe, hello, Joe. Come on with me, let's do a papa play. Hello, Joe, hello, Joe. Come on with me, let's go. Trinidadian be tall. Sometimes they like thick mangoes, another time they like matadoos. Wearing gold bangles and chain, making the old style in Port of Spain. Saying they don't want no native man, they want Yankees or Norwegian. And they shout, hello, Joe, hello, Joe. Come on with me, let's do a papa play. Hello, Joe, hello, Joe. Come on with me, let's go. A girl named Adeline, this is how she made me shame. One night she went to a dance, she sting onto the Yankee like St. Anne's. I couldn't open my mouth, you know she threatened to put me out. This is what she made me to understand. She only in love with a Yankee man, because Yankee money mark in God we trust, so she serving the Yankee first. Hello, Joe, hello, Joe, come on with me, let's do a pump papa play. Hello, Joe, hello. Come on with me, let's go.
Okay, I realized in the introduction I forgot to tell you guys where Macbeth the Great is buried, even though that's the point of the show. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous. He is buried in Mount Olivet Cemetery. I had a field recording from there, but it sounded kind of like shit, so I didn't bring it. But he doesn't have a plate or like a stone on his grave. It's just there, which is an option that people used in that time if you didn't have the money for a gravestone. So it's pretty hard to find his grave, but it is in Mount Olivet if you want to check it out. So you heard him doing Turnaround Girl, and then there was a track by Lord Invader, who was also at the Calypso at Midnight concert, and he was doing Hello, Joe. Lord Invader is really well known for being the original writer of Rum and Coca-Cola, the song that what's his name? Maury Amsterdam popularized for the Andrews Sisters. Maury Amsterdam actually plagiarized it from Lord Invader, and he never got the copyright back for that song. So he did sue them, but he never got the copyright back. Luckily, we have this really cool excerpt from the Calypso at Midnight series where he's talking about how the song was stolen from him. So I'm going to play that for you next, and then I'm going to play the song as it was performed at Calypso at Midnight. It's the only live recording that I have on the show from that program, like of a song, because the quality is like, it's not great, but this is a really nice version. So I'll play that for you.
Now, the third of our Calypsonian stars, the Lord Invader. Perhaps before Lord Invader begins, he'd tell you his theory about Calypso and maybe about where the song that he's going to sing you, Rum and Coca-Cola, comes from.
Diplomatically, you asked me what is Calypso, Mr. Lomax? Yeah. Calypso is a folklore of Trinidad, a style of poetry telling about current events in song. With regard to the song Rum and Coca-Cola, you want to ask me how I happened to compose it, Mr. Lomax? Ladies and gentlemen, back home in the West Indies, Trinidad, where I'm from, I'm a small island. I'm proud of it, thank you. I was traveling on a bus to some place they call Point Cumana, Beta, and I happened to see the GIs since the American social invasion in the West Indies, Trinidad. You know, the girls used to get their candies and stuff like that, and they go to the canteens with the boys and so on, have fun. So I noticed since the GIs came over there, we generally chase with soda, ordinary soda, but their chaser was rum and coke. They drink rum and they like the Coca-Cola as a chaser. So I studied that as an idea of song, and Maury Amsterdam had the nerve to say that he composed that song back here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to sing you Rum and Coca-Cola for my first number. Thank you. And when the Yankees first went to Trinidad, some of the young girls were more than glad. They said that the Yankees treat them nice, and they give them a better price. They buy rum and Coca-Cola when down Point Cumana, both mothers and daughters working for their Yankee dollars. And look, I had a little chick the other day, but her mother came and took her away. Herself, her mother, and her sisters went in a cab with some soldiers. They bought rum and Coca-Cola, went down Point Cumana, both mothers and daughters working for their Yankee dollars. They have some aristos in Port of Spain. I know a lot, but I won't call name. And in the day, they wouldn't give you a right. But you could see them with the foreigners late at night, drinking rum and Coca-Cola, going down Point Cumana, both mothers and daughters working for their Yankee dollars. I know a couple who got married one afternoon and was to go to Miami on their honeymoon. But the bride ran away with a soldier lad, and the stupid husband went staring mad. They bought rum and Coca-Cola, going down Point Cumana, both mothers and daughters working for their Yankee dollars.
So yeah, that was the original version, Rum and Coca-Cola. I also really like how Lord Invader described Calypso at the beginning, talking about it as a form of poetry and a way of recounting events. A few more notes about it are that it originated in Trinidad and then it spread from there, and that it was originally created by enslaved people from Africa, and their enslavers were French plantation owners. So the original calypsos were all sung in Creole, and then enslaved people were free in 1934 in Trinidad, and then the music kind of gained popularity from there, and then came over to the United States starting in the 1920s. It also often has this kind of like call and response, or like coming back again refrain to it, and it has a largely political context a lot of the time. So the next few songs that I'm going to play for you are more political calypsos. The first one that I'm going to play is actually from 1938, so it's the oldest recording on the show today, and the quality isn't that great, but I really wanted to play it for you. So here it is.
I don't know how the young men living, they never have a shilling. I don't know how the young men living, they never have a shilling. Oh,
Tommy, open the door, give me a bottle and let me go. Tommy, open the door, give me a bottle and let me go.
In the day he walked about, on he coming with his sweet mouth, calling for his minnow, Paul Pong, plantain and callaloo. Oh,
Tommy, open the door, give me a bottle and let me go. Tommy, open the door, give me a bottle and let me go.
in the night he come and peep, only longing for a place to sleep, as to cast his weary head, as a lamp led on the cozy bed. Ah,
Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go. Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go.
See that villain next day, half crazy and total bay. His watch he come goodness knows, and half of his feet exposed.
Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go. Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go.
Can measure of the human mind when it is uncultured and unrefined, an imposed society not to be mentioned in history.
Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go. Tommy, open the door, give me my bundle and let me go.
From sleeping, all the sailor boys they were leaving. You should have heard the noise they were making to hear the Yankee boys in a chorus singing. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. I'm going away on a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, stay home and mind baby. Now the American made an invasion. I mean, it was a help to the island. But when they went on vacation, they leave the native boy home to mind their children. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. I'm going away on a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, stay home and mind baby. A nice blue-eyed baby, and they say she stand for the mother, but that baby don't know the father. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. Brown skin girls, stay home and mind baby. I'm going away on a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, stay home and mind baby. Now to their pleasure, while the music played to its leisure. And then I heard an accent got louder, and the Yankee boys started this chorus singing, brown skin girl, stay home and mind baby. Brown skin girl, stay home and mind baby. I'm going away on a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, stay home and mind baby. Once again now, brown skin girl, stay home and mind baby. Brown skin girl, stay home and mind baby. I'm going away on a sailing boat, and if I don't come back, stay home and mind baby.
Murder, murder everywhere. These people must have a care. Murder, murder everywhere. I wish these people would have a care. This time it's really out of place. Over 1,000 miles in space, they poison the food for the puppy. Good Lord, this is more than cruelty. Although they're trying their best, you know they're making a mess with the Russian satellite. We should be all sent to prison for the dog that they poisoned in the Russian satellite. True Sputnik in disguise. I had everybody hypnotized. Now I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian satellite. I agree they have speed and power, 18,000 miles an hour. The invention is out of this world, and the Russian have the secret under control. But they should have some sympathy. It's better that they come to ask for me. If a sparrow too small, they shouldn't talk. Take a chicken hawk, yes. They're trying their best, but they're making a mess with the Russian satellite. We should be all sent to prison for the dog that they poisoned in the Russian satellite. Two Sputnik in disguise. Had everybody hypnotized. Now I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian satellite. I'm ready since this afternoon. I want to go with them to the moon. One reservation is bound to be mine. I don't intend to stay behind. Thousands of people booked to go. They can't edge out the sparrow, put me inside of the engine. Throw out the dead dog and let me in. They're trying their best. They're making a mess with the Russian satellite. We should be all sent to prison for the dog that they poisoned in the Russian satellite. Two Sputnik in disguise. Had everybody hypnotized. Now I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian satellite. So help me, friends, I don't know why, but everybody want to go to the sky. Columbus' discovery came true, so they want to discover something too. Columbus was a man very hard and brave. He never sent a dog to look out for him. So if they really want to discover, send up a Russian, but don't send rover. Yes, they're trying their best, but they're making a mess with the Russian satellite. They should be all sent to prison for the dog that they poisoned in the Russian satellite. Two Sputnik in disguise. Had everybody hypnotized. Now I am very sorry for the poor little puppy in the Russian satellite.
Okay, so that first track that you heard was Lord Executor, I Don't Know How the Young Men Living, a track that's about poverty in Trinidad at the time. And yeah, something else I forgot to mention when I was doing like the brief history of occupation in Trinidad is that the U.S. occupied the island during World War II. So a lot of the references that you hear in the songs to the Yankees are from that. Yeah, the track after that was Brown Skin Girl by originally sung by King Radio, who was another early Calypsonian. So 1927 he came over. The version you heard, though, is by Louis Farrakhan and recorded in 1954. I don't know if you guys know, but that is the leader of the Nation of Islam. So the Black nationalist movement, of which like Malcolm X was a famous minister. But before his career in politics, he's still alive. He's like 91. He's still the leader of the Nation of Islam. But before he had a political career, he was a Calypsonian, and he actually learned about the Nation of Islam through his bandmates, like his Calypso bandmates. And yeah, final track was Mighty Sparrow doing Russian Satellite, which is a song he wrote about the launch of the Sputnik 2 with Laika the dog in it. He made this a year after, so 1958. I really love that song. I love how much he loves the dog, and he's like, why would you put a fucking dog in a spaceship? He's still alive, so he's 89, and I hope he lives forever. Now I'm going to play some stuff that's a little more focused on New York City, because a lot of the Calypso artists were living here. So I'm going to start with this Josephine Premise track.
I write letters to folks back home to tell my mama how things are going. I travel far and I travel wide, and I write just what I feel inside. New York City is one real town. You pick money up off the ground, go to Wall Street and get a share, and overnight you're a millionaire. But it never happened to me, although I'm one smart fella. It never happened to me at all. It happened to Rockefeller. When you go down to Washington, if in politics you will run, not a penny it costs to rent if they make you president. But it never happened to me. Now, mama, I have power. It never happened to me at all. It happened to Eisenhower. When you go on a TV show, Arthur Godfrey's the man to know. It's so easy to win first prize when you start to harmonize. But it never happened to me. I wonder what the cause be. It never happened to me at all. It happened to Bing Crosby. Hollywood is one big fine place. Every man has a handsome face. Presto quick, you make one big date with someone as sweet as sugar cake. But it never happened to me, although I'm young and able. It never happened to me, mama. It happened to Betty Grable. My friend go to a big racetrack. She look happy when she come back. She pick for winners and two to show, and come back with lots of dough. But it never happened to me. I pick a horse named Myrtle. It never happened to me at all. She run just like a turtle. No, it never happened to me. No matter where I roam, it never happened to me at all. Did it ever happen to you? No. Did it ever happen to you? Yes. It never happened to me at all. So mama, I think I'll come home. I'll come home. I'll come home.
Every day, oh, I'm enjoying my stay in the USA. People keep asking me every day how I'm enjoying my stay in the USA. Yes, very fine, I replied. They would ask me where I'd rather to reside, but I said if someone give me a home free, got me to reside in New York City. I love to live Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's very nice and quiet, no fooling. All over the US I go, but I'd rather to live Brooklyn where the tree grows. Washington, D.C. by bus, Baltimore and Boston, Massachusetts, Atlantic City and Chicago, Albany, New York and Cleveland, Ohio. I went to California, San Francisco. I also crossed the border of Mexico. Yes, I was actually Maine, but I won't decide because Brooklyn is the best place to reside. I love to live Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's very nice and quiet, no fooling. All over the U.S. I go, but I'd rather to live Brooklyn where the tree grows. Macbeth, Duke of Iron and Houdini persuaded me to reside in New York City. Houdini said I'll find a nice home for you where he live at St. Nicholas Avenue. They made further suggestions still. They said they'll find me a nice home at Sugar Hill. But I told all of them that they speak in rot. I don't see what New York has. Brooklyn haven't got. I love to live Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's very nice and quiet, no fooling. All over the U.S. I go, but I'd rather to live Brooklyn where the tree grows. In Brooklyn are so accommodating, fascinating, and don't talk about romancing. Yes, the physical statue have me hypnotized. The way they gaze at me with their magnetic eyes, and they just hold me so tenderly, and hold me romantically. In love making, they make me feel alive, and I just love the way they lay down their drive. I love to live Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's very nice and quiet, no fooling. All over the U.S. I do, but I'd rather to live Brooklyn where the tree grows.
You thought it was safe. She was saying more than one dude.
Was a summer evening in the heart of Brooklyn. While the tongue was sweating, I was home relaxing. I heard voices screaming, interrupt my dreaming. A woman shout, so I look out. I was shocked to find that almost all about blackout, young like a graveyard. In the moon would shine. Blackout, catch every one of you. Like on the apple night. Lord, well suddenly I couldn't see. Lord, every light went out, and everywhere shadows appear. Lord, every light went out. Blackout, blackout, blackout. TV set in their hand. Blackout, blackout, blackout. They ain't afraid, son of Sam. As the population, without hesitation, join in the action. If you see big truck and van, like if they was waiting, the way they reacting with so much zest was a mess. As they held themselves to all the best, blackout the whole place in darkness. On every street and bar. blackness.
Yeah, I couldn't see so dark.
And in a flash, I heard a crash.
Lord, every light went out.
I couldn't sleep. I tried to peep.
Lord, every light went out. Black hole, black hole, black hole.
Looting and shooting spread.
Black hole, black hole, black hole.
You think I'm you dead. Right around the corner, they arrest a fella, carrying on his shoulder a refrigerator, plus a washer and dryer, and a stereo player, and yet he plead not guilty. Policemen and none was in the spree. Blackout is darkness all over.
When New Yorkers went mad.
Blackout, Lord, that was disaster.
Small businessmen left sad.
I couldn't talk, afraid to walk.
Lord, every light went out.
They start to loot, they start to shoot.
Lord, every light went out. Black hole, black hole, black hole.
3,000 thieves they fetch. When a brave reporter from a daily paper, many hours later, interviewed the mayor. Will you say the failure was an act of God, sir? The mayor say, no way. It was more the job of Beelzebub. Blackout, man, woman, and children.
Lord, they come out to play.
Blackout is friend thieving from friend.
These are a real feeling.
They start to break, they start to take.
Lord, every light went out.
The liquor store, the thief the door.
Lord, every light went out.
Black hole, black hole, black hole. Some say they can't find job. Black hole, black hole, black hole. So it's neighborhood stores they rob.
Love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. Love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. Love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. Love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne.
Take my money, take my throne. Please leave me with my wife alone.
Love,
It was never
love alone,
my brother.
caused King Edward to leave his throne. Love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. 'cause King Edward to leave his throne. Love, love alone. 'Cause King Edward to leave him throne.
Okay, so that was the first track was Josephine Premis doing No No Joe. She is an amazing calypso performer. Rival of Eartha Kitt, though that's just a thing people say. I don't think they were rivals. I think that means that they both were really good. She sang a show at the Village Vanguard right after Calypso at Midnight, so a little bit later that same year. So the songs that I'm playing though are from her album, her 1957 album. It's called Carib. And then I played another Lord Invader track. That one's really fun because he name drops like all the other artists that we've been playing. He talks about Macbeth the Great, he talks about Duke of Iron, and he talks about Houdini because all those guys lived in Sugar Hill. They all lived uptown. And so in the song, he's like, they keep trying to get me to move uptown, but I don't want to. I really love Brooklyn. Which, yeah, I love that. And then Mighty Sparrow again, this time his song NYC Blackout. That's from 1978. So that's like the most contemporary track we have on the program. It's actually a different genre than Calypso called soca, which is a newer like Calypso revival that mixes the words soul and Calypso. So it's just very cool that Mighty Sparrow made original Calypso and then later made soca as well. Yeah, and that song's about the 1977 blackout in New York, and he released it the same year. So like a few months after the events, he just like had a whole song about it. So really grateful to him for that. And then finally we had Love Alone, which is another historical track about Edward the Eighth, I think. Edward the Eighth abdicating the throne in 1936. So that was sung at Calypso at Midnight. If you want to go check out the early version of that, just look on the Alan Lomax archive. But this version is by Lord Flea and his Calypsonians. Lord Flea is marketed as Calypso, but it's actually Mento, which is Jamaican, like rooted in Jamaican folk music, often confused with Calypso and marketed as Calypso to American audiences at the time. Lord Flea is even quoted saying something like, oh, if they want to call it Calypso, if it's going to like make it work better in the US, we can call it that, but it's Mento. Yeah, next I'm going to play you another song that was played at Calypso at Midnight, but this time we're going to do a little bit of an acoustic cover of it.
Hold him, Joe. Hold him, Joe. Hold him, Joe, not to let him go. I say, hold him, Joe. Hold him, Joe. Hold him, Joe, not to let him go. Mean donkey won't water. Hold him, Joe. Oh, donkey. Hold him, Joe. Sun round the corner. Hold him, Joe. People say my donkey's bad, 'cause he come from Trinidad. I know my donkey's good, 'cause he bring me Robin Hood. Me donkey won't water. Hold him, Joe. Sun round the corner. Hold him, Joe. Oh, donkey. All I work for my daily bread, and people call me Copperhead. All I work for my daily bread, people call me Copperhead. So let we go, darling Mella, you're breaking my backbone. Let we go, darling Mella, you're breaking my backbone. Let we go, darling Mella, you're breaking my backbone. Hold him, Joe, hold him, Joe. Hold him, Joe, don't you let him go. Hold him, hold him, hold him, Joe, don't you let him go. Me donkey won't water. Hold him, Joe, sun on the corner. Hold him, Joe, me donkey won't water. Hold him, Joe, sun on the corner. Hold him, Joe.
At night when you are asleep, sometimes you hear the jumbies play. Whatever vigil you keep, you'll never hear this song by day. You can't remember if you heard right, It happens in the dead of the night, and when the morning dawns, you'll hear this song and sing it the whole day through. Zay, ay, ay. Zay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's what the jumbies say. Zay, ay, ay. Zay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's what the jumbies say. That's what the jumbies say. That's what the jumbies say. Le soir, le wapi dormi, ou cap tondé, jambes chanter, ou pas qu'on côté sorti, l'irait avec vous toute la nuit, ou pas qu'on a su tendre les biens, l'irait avec vous dans la nuit. Et le matin vini, ou attendez au dire, et ou à chanter toute la zona. Zay, ay, ay. Zay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's what the jumbies say. That's what the jumbies say. Zay, ay, ay. Zay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. That's what the jumbies say.
Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Once again now, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. $500,000 I lost. The woman she take me cat and horse. Matilda, she take me money and run Venezuela. Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Sing it over, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Had the money to buy me a house and land. The woman, she had a serious plan. Matilda, she take me money and run Venezuela. Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Once again now, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Hide the money right inside of me bed, under the pillow beneath my head. Matilda, she take me money and run Venezuela. Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Once again now, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Promise never to love again. All my money is gone in vain. Matilda, she take me money and run Venezuela. Everybody, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Once again now, Matilda, 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 she take me money and run Venezuela. Matilda, Matilda, she take me money and run with the sailor. Once again now, Matilda, sing a little louder. Matilda, Matilda, she take me money and run with the sailor.
Town, a sign for rent, she go up and down. Calypso Joe, he done pay me no rent. He tell me he done got a cent. Oh, how can pay the fees? He Joe don't pay the rent. How can pay the fees? He Joe don't pay the rent.
Hey, how can pay taxes if Joe don't pay the rent?
Can't put him out 'cause he got 10 kids and no place to go. He get no job and he dig the dirt, but he still don't make no dough. Oh, how can taxes? He don't pay the rent. How can pay taxes? He don't pay the rent.
Hey, Joe! Hey, Joe! Joe! Hey, Joe, come pay the rent.
I get a tub, I begin to rub, then I wash for half a quarter. The soap cost 10 and he cost me 5 just to get a tub of water.
How can pay taxes if Joe don't pay the rent? How can pay taxes if Joe don't pay the rent?
Joe, he get hurt when he dig the dirt, but he insured for plenty. When he collect, I hope that he will pay me every penny. Oh, how can pay the fees? He don't pay the rent. How can pay the fees? He don't pay the rent.
Hey, how can pay taxes if Joe don't pay the rent?
Okay, cool. So that was a few things. Started out with Andre Toussaint, who was doing that like really sweet guitar cover of Hold 'Em Joe. Andre Toussaint was a Haitian musician who recorded in the Bahamas. And this is a super popular Calypso track that he did a version of. They also do it at Calypso at Midnight if you want to take a look. Yeah, after that, sorry, I'm looking at my notes so you can hear my paper. We heard another Josephine Premise track, and then George Simonette, who is another Bahamian musician who recorded Calypso. Calypso in the Bahamas evolved into a different genre that was called Goombay, which is also the name of a Bahamian drum. So George Simonette was marketed as Goombay. I actually found this record in the dollar bin in a record store in Bangor, Maine called Dr. Records. I really recommend that you go there. It has like a really creepy cartoon of a doctor on the front of the store. And there's a really weird selection in there. I think the owner, a lot of the records said property of University of Maine. So I think he just got this huge collection of weird records that were from the University of Maine. Yeah, so I found that record in the dollar bin, and it's signed. So it's signed by George Simonette. So I'm really happy to have it now. And yeah, finally, that last track was Anna Valentino. It was called Calypso Joe. I don't have any information at all about that one. There's nothing online. She sounds Italian to me, so I don't know. I don't think she is from Trinidad, but my guess would be Italian. I kept it in, even though it's like a really weird kind of pro-landlord song, because it was just such a good example of like other artists all over the US and all over the world, like taking up Calypso themes and Calypso music during the Calypso craze, and like Peggy Lee did this. Like I said, the Andrews sister did this. Like everybody made a Calypso song at this time. It just was like really in vogue. I have a surprise for you guys now. Sorry, that's the sound of the mic getting closer. You probably know Maya Angelou for her written work, for her activism, for her poems, but she was actually a Calypso singer before she became popular for all those things. She started out as a performer, so she has this really sick Calypso album. It's called Miss Calypso, and yeah, I recommend you listen to it. This song is called Run Joe, and it's on that album.
The candy store, telling fortunes behind the door. The cops grabbed Mo, and as Joe ran out, Brother Mo, he began to shout, "Run, Joe! Hey, the man's at the door, run, Joe! The man, he won't let me go, run, Joe! Run, Joe, as fast as you can, run, Joe! This police holding me hand." Crystal ball by the fence, so they won't find the evidence. Get somebody to tell a lie, so I'll have me an alibi. Hurry home and get in your bed, call the doctor and tie your head. Get somebody to go my bail, don't want to stay in that rotten jail. And run, Joe, while the man's at the door, run, Joe. The man, he won't let me go, run, Joe. Run, Joe, as fast as you can, run, Joe. These people's holding me hand. When they take me before the sarge, I am going to deny the charge. When the judge asks me how I plead, not guilty, judge, most decidedly. You can see, judge, at a glance, I'm just a victim of circumstance. Run, Joe, while the man's at the door, run, Joe. The man, he won't let me go, run, Joe. Run, Joe, as fast as you can, run, Joe. This police holding me hand. Ain't your mama done told ya? Ain't she done scold ya? Ain't she done warned you before, Joe? If they catch you, you run, Joe. Run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe, run, Joe. Oh, those police gonna catching up with Joe. Joe, run too slow.
But it's love, love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. On the 10th of December we heard the talk. He gave his throne to the Duke of York. It was love, 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 love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. King Edward was noble, King Edward was great. It was love that caused him to abdicate. It was love, 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 love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. He said he was sorry that his mommy would grieve. He cannot help it, he would have to leave. It was love, 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 love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. You can take his cow, you can take his goat, leave him with his yachting boat. It was love, 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 love alone, caused King Edward to leave his throne. Love, 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 caused King Edward You can take his money, you can take his store, but give him that lady from Baltimore. It was love, 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 love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. I don't know what Miss Simpson got in her bone that caused the king to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. On the 10th of December 1936, the Duke of Windsor went to get his kicks. It was love, love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love. It was love, love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, love alone caused the king to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, love alone caused King Edward to leave his throne. It was love, 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 love caused him to leave his throne.
Okay, I'm back. I just got some really fucked up news about the Edward the Eighth. Was it Edward the Eighth? Yeah, who the song "Love Alone" is about. You just heard Harry Belafonte cover it. That was after Maya Angelou's track. Yeah, turns out he was really a Nazi. So yeah, fuck him. It really sucks that he had this beautiful song written about him by Calypsonians in Trinidad and then just was a fucking Nazi. So yeah, important historical note. He sucked. He was really good homies with Hitler. We just learned that he spent some time. They were friends. So yeah, fuck Edward the Eighth. Final track was Eloise Trio, which is Eloise Lewis, who was Raised in the Bahamas. She's doing a cover of a Peggy Lee calypso. So Peggy Lee is the first person to release that song, See Me Low. And then Eloise Lewis covered it. Her cover it's so much better than the original. I would love for y'all to hear the Peggy Lee original just so you can see like how weird it is. It's just so much more, the lyrics are so much more exoticizing and strange, and Eloise she just brings it back to this like really simple love song without even changing the words that much. So I was just really impressed. Yeah. And the next thing I'm going to play is kind of strange. I had this Ry Cooder album when I was a kid called Into the Purple Valley, and there was this track on it called FDR in Trinidad. And I remember I was being like, what? Why is Ry Cooder singing about FDR visiting Trinidad? But it turns out it's a calypso. It was a King Radio original, so King Radio wrote it. And yeah, Ry Cooder covers it. I think it's tongue-in-cheek, even though the lyrics don't really suggest that. The lyrics are pretty straightforward, like telling the story of the president coming to Trinidad. But it just sounds like, you'll hear Ry Cooder sing it. You can listen to the original. It sounds like there's something tongue-in-cheek in there of like, we know that you think we should be grateful, but we aren't. So I'm going to play that for you, see what you guys think.
When Roosevelt came to the land of the hummingbird, shouts of welcome were heard. When Roosevelt came to the land of the hummingbird, shouts of welcome were heard. His visit to their island is bound to be an epoch in local history, definitely marking a new era, keeping Trinidad in America. For this great man, jubilation was evinced by the entire population. Friendship for the USA was shown, and from his house the stars and the stripes were flown. For the state threw open the gates to the President of these United States. In fact, everybody was glad to welcome Roosevelt to Trinidad. To see the democratic president of the great republic, with his charming and genial personality and his wonderful urbanity. We were struck by his modest style and was intrigued by the famous Roosevelt smile. No wonder everybody was glad to welcome Roosevelt to Trinidad. We understand that the president had just been on a visit to Brazil and the Argentine. Mr. Cordell Hull and attendants, they took part in a peace conference to stop war and atrocity and make the world safe for democracy. The greatest event in the century in the interest of suffering humanity.
So, just to pass the time away a minute, let's have a drum solo. DeLeon, come on out here. DeLeon, let's have a little drumming for the Dilian and Simeon are going to play some drums for you. Spotlight on them.
Hi, sorry, just to clarify, I made a mistake. The FDR in Trinidad track is actually Attila the Hun who wrote it, not King Radio. So just for the record. So yeah, you heard that. And then you heard a drumming demonstration that happened at the Calypso at Midnight concert. So that was Alan Lomax again. Sadly, I don't know anything about the performers on that track. They're only listed by their first names, Simeon and De Leon. But I wanted to introduce a little drumming element because the steel drum was such a part of Calypso and music coming out of Trinidad at that area. In that era. So the first track you heard from Calypso at Midnight, they're not playing a steel drum. But the second one is right at the beginning of steel drum use. So that was a song from this band. Sorry, looking through my notes again. Fuck me. All right, sorry. The Trinidad All-Stars Steel Band. And they had a song called Rhythm a la Oil Drum, which is just them using the oil drum as an instrument. It sounds fucking incredible. I like how much more alive it sounds compared to just the regular drum from the beginning. It's just so light. And it turns out that Macbeth the Great, so the focus of our episode, is actually the father of a legendary steel drummer, Ralph McDonald. He is, he's a genius. He's a legend. He also is a music producer. He wrote Where's the Love? He produced Where's the Love, Just the Two of Us, and Mr. Magic. But he's also just known as a incredible fucking drummer. So I'm going to play you a track of his, which is The Path. It traces the lineage of the drum through the song from this kind of spoken word folk to calypso to jazz to blues to funk. It's a 17-minute track, and it's so amazing. Also, if you're interested, look up the cover. It has all these beautiful photos of Ralph's family. So it has his grandmother and grandfather on the cover in 1926, his mother in 1929, and his grandmother and him in 1928. And it also has a photo of Macbeth the Great on it from 1930. So yeah, we're going to end with that. He does a little interview in 2006 for the Paul Leslie Hour, where he talks about his relationship with his dad. So I'm going to play you that first, and then we will go into the track.
And your father was Macbeth the Great. So tell us a little bit about some of his history.
Well, my dad was one of 13 children. His father was a Nigerian African, and his mother was a Caribbean. And they had 13 children, and they came to the States probably back in the teens or the 20s or something for a better way. And my grandma and grandpa came here first, and one by one they sent for all 13, well, they sent for 12 children. One was born in this country. My Uncle Boogs, the youngest uncle who actually taught me how to play, he was really the best percussionist in the business. Well, my dad had his 12-piece orchestra, and he had a regular day job, and he used to do these gigs on Friday and Saturday nights and weddings and parties on Sundays. And we used to play for a lot of the Caribbean social clubs and at the different ballrooms of Harlem and Brooklyn and Queens. So it was really fun growing up under my dad. I got to listen to a lot of traditional calypso music, got to meet a lot of famous calypsonians like the Lord Melody, who sang songs like Mama Look a Boo Boo, which was very made popular by Harry Belafonte. Got to meet people like the Mighty Sparrow, Lord Invader, who wrote a song called Rum and Coca-Cola that the Andrews Sisters made popular. My dad was a big influence on my life because he was my dad. I used to be the roadie and carry the music stands and stuff into the ballrooms. In those days they took their own sound systems, speakers, microphones. So, I started just helping my dad out and going around to different places with him, and he took me everywhere with him. So I used to just sometimes fall asleep on the drums. He used to put me up to play since I was small, and it was just a hobby. Most of the uncles in my family played the drums, and I had about 8 of them.
Onola. Jagwaragada, ayélujára ọ̀nà ti la àárín odò rèé kọjá ẹ̀rù òbodò odò ti ṣàn 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 ẹ̀kún omi ṣàn títí ó já sí àárín ọ̀nà odò lóhùn lẹ̀gbọ́n ọ̀nà lóhùn lẹ̀gbọ́n a ti rìn 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 a kò rí ẹni sọ fún wa bóyá odò lẹ̀gbọ́n tàbí ọ̀nà ní o odò láyé ẹ̀rù òbodò ọjọ́ ti pẹ́ tí olódùmarè ọba adẹ́dà tó dá òkè tó dá ọ̀nà tó dá odò sílé ayé odò láyé omi lè nìyàn ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe rere o ẹ̀rù òbodò.
Okay, so that was The Path. That was our final track of the show, but I do have like 7 minutes left, so I'm just going to play you some more from this George Simonette record, and we'll end with that. Thanks everyone for listening. Shout out to my friends, specifically Chris, Zoe, Addison, and Robin, who are all texting me live. Thank you guys so much for being my friends. I love you. And yeah, thanks to everyone else who's maybe listening. Tune in. The next show is on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Easy to remember. And it's going to be about something totally different.
Carry me out, you go, let's fit market, not a quantity that sell. Carry me out, you go, let's fit market, not a quantity that sell. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Everybody can feel 'em, nobody did mind. Everybody can feel 'em, the water run out me eye. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Do me, mommy, don't beat me, kill me, circus merry-go-round. Oh, me, mommy, don't beat me, kill me, circus merry-go-round. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Not a quantity that sell. Carry me out to go, let's hit the market, not a quantity that sell. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Oh Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. Lord, what a night, not a bite, what a Saturday night. What a Saturday night, what a Saturday night, what a Saturday night. This is my island in the sun, where my people have toiled since time begun. I may sail on many seas, but her shores will always be home to me. Oh, island in the sun, by my father's hands, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. As morning breaks the heaven on high, I lift my heavy load to the sky. Sun comes down with a burning glow, mingle my sweat with the earth below. Oh, island in the sun, built to me by my father's hands, all my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. On bended knees, cutting cane for a family. I see man at the water the sound of drums. Never let me miss carnival with calypso songs, philosophical. Oh, island in the sun, built to me by my father's hands. All my days I will sing in praise of your forest waters, your shining sand. Oh, island in the sun, oh, island in the sun. Calypso Island, Calypso Island, Calypso Island is calling. Calypso Island is calling. Beat the drum again, drink the rum again, having fun again, everyone. Do, like the natives do. Calypso Island is calling. Calypso Island is calling. Palm tree swing, calypso swing, your love is waiting there just for you. Do, like the natives do. Calypso Island, it's just for lovers, romantic lovers. There are no others. Calypso Island, enchanted island. It makes you do like the natives do. Calypso Island is calling. Calypso Island is calling. Don't resist it, you know you miss it. A million thrills waiting there for you. Like the natives do. Calypso Island is just for lovers, romantic lovers. There are no others. Calypso Island, enchanted island. It makes you do like the natives do. Calypso Island is just for lovers, romantic lovers. There are no others. Calypso Island, enchanted island. It makes you do like the natives do. Calypso Island is calling. Calypso Island is calling. You, come back, please do like the natives do. 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 Like the